Okay, so welcome to the live stream for the first 5 Futchamps games for today, although a little bit later than anticipated because when I went on to start the stream, I didn't have enough points. I hadn't qualified for champs yet, so that was good. But we're all good to go now. First 5 games. If you are new to the TikTok lives anyway, and usually it's the live streams for the quizzes that you normally tune into, and this is not your normal cup of tea, then by all means you don't need to watch. And you can tune in for when we're doing the quizzes when we're doing that, which we will of course pick that up tomorrow anyway. And we did actually have our second winner today as well in Chambo, who credit to him, he decided to give his winnings to charity, which is brilliant from him, in fairness. Nah, there's no trivia on this one. This one's just a live stream for FC26. If you don't want to tune into it, mate, you don't have to. But how we doing, Freddie, in the YouTube chat? Alright, let's just get the Twitch chat finished setting up and then we can get started. Push up the ceiling. Hope you're having a good night, Freddie. Although Celtic haven't exactly made it an enjoyable night so far with some of the decisions that have been made. Right, before we get into the champs games, let's see what kind of evils and stuff we're working with today. The Humble Viking, so a Haaland based one, and then Summer Spark. Okay. But what does it give you as an extra play style? Right, the Shank one may be a better one. Okay. What about Ayunga? That one's an interesting one for sure. For sure. What have Celtic done? Freddie, we have failed to acquire the services of Kelechi Iheanacho, and we have also unfortunately failed to acquire the services of Marcelo Sirachi. Both of them have confirmed. Well, Bursaspor announced Kelechi Iheanacho today, and Bursaspor getting him. Sirachi put a post on his Instagram saying that he'll not be coming back to Celtic because as much as his agent tried to get him across, Celtic didn't seem interested in making the move permanent. So nothing they can do at that point. Nothing they can do at all. It's not Martin O'Neill. Martin was adamant that he wanted both players back at the club, so the board have kind of left him out to dry with this one. So, because he said just last week that he wanted both of them at the club, and he was hoping that the progression could be done to do that, and then it didn't work out that way. So it's not Martin O'Neill's fault at that point. Did we go for that one? I think that one's the best looking one. But obviously Celtic have a friendly tomorrow at 3 o'clock, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of reception the board decide of the board are given tomorrow from any fans that do decide to go to the game. Since we've got that Ayunga now, let's get him on the bench. I think he was like number 19 or something like that. But we'll give him number 27, why not? No need to apologise, Freddie. Right, it is Futchamps we're doing our first 5 of. Keep me awake till darkness on the page. Right, first game, let's go. Let's have it. Against Middlesbrough, you're going to that game. Well, there's a lot of people that are wanting to boycott it because of what's happening. I'll be watching it, but I'll not be going. You know, we're 2 weeks away from the season actually kicking off proper. We have 2 pre-season games left, including tomorrow's, and we've made 1 new signing because Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was here last season. So, whereas you look at the business that's been done by Hearts, they've made about 12 new signings. You look at the business that's been done by Rangers, they've made about 6 new signings. So, you know, it's not good enough to operate at the pace that the Celtic board operate in the transfer window. Right, come on then. Should be getting through there. Should be getting through. Good tackle. Good tackle, man. Go on. Great finish. Aren't Rangers looking at Mavin? Yeah, but even if they are, the Leicester fans seem like they would be pleased about getting him gone. He apparently had a bad season, but regardless of it, I'm going to be honest, I've not been particularly impressed with Rangers' transfer business. However, you know, they're getting business done, which is not what you can say for us. We haven't gotten business done with. It's always Celtic looking at, Celtic and Celtic have identified, Celtic this, Celtic that, and then it's never Celtic are signing. It's just always scouting the players instead without getting the business actually done. Welcome to the guys in the TikTok chat. If you're here normally about the quizzes we've been doing on live, the next one of those will be tomorrow afternoon. We're doing Futchamps for this evening. If that's not your cup of tea, then I totally understand, but if you'd like to just have a wee chat in the comments while we play, then that is absolutely fine by me as well. If you've got any questions about the lives that we've been doing on TikTok recently, then you can absolutely ask about those too. Hey, come on now. Look at that from Kisididis. What a player. What a player. Not quite. Oh, go on then. Chip him. Nearly. What's the record, Marcus? This is our first game. I wanted to jump on a bit earlier, but I realised that I hadn't played my Div Rivals ones because of the amount of quizzes I've been doing during the week, so I hadn't actually qualified for champs yet, so I had to play a couple Div Rivals game or two, get qualified. So this is our first game at the moment. So it looks like we're about to cruise to being 1-0. And then, I know, imagine having to play division rivals in the big 2026. I don't even play it usually for the rewards now unless I'm desperate for the tokens to get the evos. I do want the 1,000 tokens to get that cam evo that's in the store though. Referee, man. Currently 13-0. You've managed to speed through your games already. How'd you manage that? This is my first weekend playing this new formation as well, actually. I had been playing with a 4-3-2-1. I'm playing with a 4-4-1-1 now, or a 4-2-3-1. That'll do. Corner. You made like 6 people quit. But I mean, to be fair, the 2 Div Rivals games that I played, I made the guy quit. But I just feel, I don't know if it's just the luck of the draw or what have you, but I don't tend to, on a Friday, get a lot of rage quits in champs. Ah, come on, man. That's poor. That's poor. Should be doing better there. Leo Ingemuai. Right, let's focus. Let's restore this 3-goal lead. There we go, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Oops. That'll no do, donkey. 49 champs points. Time to spend big on the promo. Fair enough, mate. I've not even checked the champs tokens. I'll do that after this. I did last weekend when I used the champs tokens to get the promo pick, the tradable one. I got Desiree Douay, so he sold for 1.1 mil. Do 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 do. Why is this guy keeping us waiting? What's going on? Is he even here? Only got 14 wins last week, match the hack, and last match was got. You're saying only got 14 wins as if that's bad? I only got 14 wins. It's like, I only won 100k on the lottery. Right, come on, mate. Do me a favour. Back out. Ryan Bond's here. What a guy. Ryan, you'll be pleased to know that with our new formation, we don't actually have Kieran Tierney in the starting 11 anymore. See, stuff like, I mean, what are you supposed to do there? How has that not been blocked? My goalie definitely 100% just flops to the floor. I hate it when they stay in the game. I mean, it's only the first game, so I'm not too fussed. And if they're doing evos or that, then fair. How is it? Who's the goalie? How has he saved that? Wouldn't it? Yes. Easy. Dies in Maeda. What a player. Penalty. Penalty! Actually, before he, just in case he does quit, we're doing an Evo, aren't we? So let's get him on. Ah, bast. Nah. We should have brought him on earlier. That's gutting. That's absolutely gutting. Oh well, at least we got the win. Actually, is the penalty event reset? Is it still a thing? It doesn't appear to be. And what are the objectives for these festival footballs as well? We've not even checked these things. We need to check these things. Right, we still have Gauntlet to play, so it's a bunch of win 3 matches. What Evo are we getting here? Oof, that's not bad actually. Same there, that's pretty decent. Tokens. What do we get for that? Also pretty good, max 9040. And they don't have to be a centre back, so for example, oh, that potentially. How are we doing, Carter, mate? Who do we stick it on? No, that would be the question. Doesn't need. What about Alistair Johnson? Was he done it? We will cross that bridge when we come to it, I think. What's in the store at the moment? Where's the quizzes tonight? We did the quiz earlier, Carter. I did originally start streaming with Futchamps, and I do stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so I feel like I need to keep that going. The next tomorrow morning we'll be streaming the next 5 Futchamps games, and then afterwards we will be we'll be doing the quizzes later on in the night. But for this one, it's just a wee chat plus my first 5 Futchamps games. Obviously, I get that that's not going to be the cup of tea for everybody. Right, so let's get into the next one. It's a shame the penalty event's gone. That was really good for Evos. Oh dear, Dembele. Das ist nicht so gut. Right, let's see what this guy's got. Let's see what he's made of. Save, Subin. I hate when people pick those footballs. Look at it, it's hard to see. Right, go on then. Go on, Calvin. Ah, ref. That is disgusting behaviour. Let's see if we Get this on target. Yow! That was coming a mile away. Come on now. There we go. Go, 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 go. Ooh. We couldn't get the... I thought that was something that they patched last year, you know. The diving in constantly the tackles and there's no consequence. You can just recover quickly. It's annoying, so it is. Go on, mind up. Ah, okay then. When we got to win that back. That'll do it. That'll do it. Well wide, mate. Not even close to being on target. What are we playing it there, man? Try to gift him a goal. Drive with that, come on up. Go on. Yes. Love that. Look at Marco Hara. Oh, see you later. Oh, come on, turn around properly so that you can't just win the ball off you, man. Nice. I have something in my eye, that's not good. Go on then. Lovely. Jeez, we just tried to nick that goal, you know. Ah, you got to turn around quicker than that. Another wee dink. Lovely. No, 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 man. I've tried to do a fake shot. What is that? Ah, come on, man. Yep, knew it was coming as soon as it made me cross it into the fake shot. The script was confident there. Yeah, no chance, mate. That's your ball all day, every day. Oh, come on, ref. What are we playing at here? We go for it. Aye, we're going for it. Of course we're going for it. Need to get much more whip on it. Whoop. Love it. Love it. Half time. For those that are in the TikTok live at the moment, I know these lives aren't nearly as popular as the quiz lives, but if you could like and share the live to as many people as possible, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you do want to take part in any of the quizzes that we do on the channel throughout the week, then make sure you're following if you aren't already, with notifications on. We do football, and we're going to start doing movie related quizzes throughout the week, and if you win, you can get yourself a tenner and a prize. We've had 2 winners of the quiz since we've started doing it, and you can even cash out for half the prize if you aren't feeling confident enough to go for the full whack, which we have had 2 people do as well. That's just such a basic goal to concede, man. Are you having a laugh? Back inside. Open up. Have it. Xylo, what a guy. He's in the chat. My pro clubs, Cam. No, no, no. Don't do that. Save, man. Right, now we go, counter attack. Open up. Oh, you're joking. We were about to send him away there. Is he on? Is he on? Back inside. Finish that off. How has he saved that, man? Oh, come on. Right, ref. I know he never did any in there, but can you book him? Oh, it's just an amateur goal. Amateur goal to concede. Did we not put Trickster on him? Evidently we didn't put Trickster on him. I know Marcus, eh? Flying without wings, more like it. Ooh, wee, woo, 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 woo. I don't care. I love it. Drive with that, son. In behind. Whoop. Right, let's see if we can get the sub on this time. Last time the rage quit happened before we could. Winner, Claudio Braga. And Martin Boyle. I hate goals like that, honestly. You take control of it and then they do a big charge up before anything happens and he just goes, nah, I'll have it back. Alright, cool. How we doing, Sam, mate? Hope your night's going alright. Love it. Hi, Junga. And that. Drive it, Boyle. You got to take that. I use Morris Eddie. You can't actually use Morris Eddie yesterday. Oh no, that he's played for Rangers. Well, he managed to get it, so. Oop. Go on. Sometimes it's all you need, though. There's a couple of teams that you know that they played for. Like, I gave Matt George Best earlier, and he said he got it, like, pretty much as soon as I said one team, but it would have taken until Hibs for me to get him if I was doing it. Oh, assuming, mate, you're a liability at this stage. I ken it's 10-5, but... See, if it wasn't 10-5, I'd be annoyed. It's 11-5 now. Decent performance, that. I guess one of the few Americans we had over it's Tillman, Beasley. I do. What about James Sands? I remember him fondly. I remember James Sands fondly, so I do. Right, 2-0. Does it all collapse from here? Or do we keep doing alright? He's forgettable. To be fair, you're right. Right, into the next one. Forgot he played with Rangers. I didn't because he came on one time. I remember he got subbed on against Celtic to try and change the game, and it's like, this is a defensive-minded sub. What's going on here? Am I doing another quiz after champs? Not the. Fraser, how we doing? Am I doing another quiz after champs? Not tonight, because I'm working in the morning, unfortunately. But when I get back from work tomorrow, I will be doing my next 5 champs games. Then I'll be watching the Celtic pre-season friendly with Middlesbrough, and then after that I'll be jumping on and doing a quiz. So I'll be getting dinner after that and then jumping on and doing a quiz. Sunday it'll be last 5 games of champs, and I'll probably do a quiz before the World Cup final. It's on Celtic call it a different thing, but it's on Celtic TV. You can buy it to watch for pre-season. So I'll be watching it, although I'll not be. I'll say no more about how I'm watching it. Such a stupid goal you concede there, man. We've dominated from the get-go, and then he just goes through, and Suman is a liability in our goals. Did he just go offside? Sam, I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that that's how I'll be watching the game, given the fact that I'm on stream. But you might be right. Go on then. See, they're going to say anything on the West Ham game. No decide yet. I mean, fair enough. How much are the tickets? Yes, we do, Marcus. To be fair, especially in Scotland, where the games don't really. See, if you've got a 3 o'clock kickoff, obviously 3 o'clock kickoffs don't get shown, but barely any games get shown for Scottish football. Although, to Sky's credit, they are showing every single opening fixture for the Scottish Premiership this season. So they're showing the Rangers game on Friday night. They're showing a couple of games on the Saturday, a couple of games on the Sunday, and Celtic kick off the season on the Monday night. So they're showing them all on TV. Are fire sticks illegal? Fire sticks are not illegal. But doing certain things to fire sticks are. Yusuf, we had our quiz earlier today. I agree, they should show every SPL game, but it is what it is. We had our quiz earlier today, Yusuf. We're just chilling out and doing our first 5 champs games, having a wee chat with the community at the same time about whatever. We'll be doing our second 5 champs games tomorrow first thing, once we get in from work, and then I will be doing a quiz in the afternoon, and then on Sunday before the World Cup final I'll be doing a quiz as well, and in the morning I'll be doing my final 5 champs games and opening my rewards. I understand that the champs games are not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but you know, it's my page, so I'll do what I want on it. Plus, gives me a chance to actually chat to people. You do get to chat to people a little bit on the quizzes, but then you'll have people waiting and going, come on, hurry up. What's my prediction for the World Cup final? I think Spain are just too well organised. As much as I can definitely see, like, on the day, like Messi doing a bit of magic. But I think Spain are a wee bit too well organised. They haven't lost a competitive match in 90 minutes since Scotland beat them at Hampden. So I think they're just way well too organised. 93 Mikey Moore. I've not even... this is a Scottish Premiership RTG, as you can see, so I don't just bias towards Celtic. And I've not touched Mikey Moore this year yet. So I had intentions to, Yvonne, but hey, well, what division am I in? 3 at the moment, because I don't tend to play rivals unless I have to. Folk are like, why do Scottish people in Argentina win? Folk, I mean, it would be like saying that like you've got to hate Germany. Do you know what I mean? It's football and it's all in the past. I understand that there's the controversy of the players that hung up the sign as well, but you know, I'm indifferent now. Obviously, if England had got through, I wouldn't have wanted them to win just because it is a rivalry and nothing to do with just being the whole. I still don't understand the narrative around in the media of why aren't the home nations supporting England. It's like it's a rivalry. Spurs fans wouldn't want Arsenal to do well, vice versa. I think Spain will crumble under Argentina too much. But I mean, I can see Messi. Please don't rage quit. Let's get you can go on before anything happens. I can see definitely Marcus. You know, with me, it's Messi, so anything can happen with that. And you know, you see what happened. He pulled off two assists against England. He's been magnificent this tournament. So, and people have been trying to stop him for years with no success. So I can absolutely see Argentina winning the game. I think I would favour Spain because if France had gotten to the final, I'd have favoured France because of their attack, and Spain were able to neutralise for me, the best attack in the tournament. So I think they could neutralise Argentina as well. And Spain have obviously only conceded one goal all tournament as well. If Argentina take the lead, then it'll be an interesting affair. But if Spain take the lead, I think it's already good night from that point of view. Argentina almost lost to Cape Verde. I mean, Spain couldn't beat them either. In fairness, Spain did draw 0-0 with them. Somebody pointed out the World Cup final is between two teams that couldn't beat them in 90 minutes. See that animation with goalkeepers, it's so bad. You know, just stand up straight and save it, man, do you know what I mean? We're actually going to be 3-3 here. I can't believe this. This guy's down to 10 men as well. Of that. Oh, who's his goalkeeper, man? Who's his goalie? That's a foul. Alright then, ref. Mate, what is happening here? We're getting beat up all over the place. No fouls getting given. Am I playing Argentina here? Kidding on. Yeah, well, that's just because, Sam, the Scottish government doesn't invest in football properly. We actively do everything we can to make it as difficult as possible for kids to have access to football. No ball game signs, costing an arm and a leg to play football. To hire out pitches and stuff. Nobody just leaving pitches open. Sports centres closing left, right and centre all over the country in favour of building houses and shopping centres and stuff like that instead of building places for people to play sports. Norway are the example. They absolutely they've got a population 100k bigger than us. Yep, you're right, Joseph. Costs a fortune to rent a pitch. They do. The Scottish government are actively making it as difficult as possible to play a game of football. So, you know, if you're not gonna make it as easy as possible, you know, like obviously it's no comparison, but how many Brazilians have we heard stories of grown up in the favelas and just playing football all the time, and then going on to become as bigger stars as they are? So, but we don't invest properly in the game in the country for any sort of proper development to take place. Plus, the people that are running the SFA are not fit for purpose as well. I mean, the SFA are tragic. You know, if you needed any proof of that, giving Steve Clarke a contract extension before we'd even kicked off at the tournament and knew how we were going to do. We got knocked out the World Cup. What? We're approaching nearly 3 weeks now. And there hasn't been any sort of news or standout anything of any sort of progress with the Scotland job. We have this Casillas is doing my nutting. There hasn't been any sort of progression or anything like that with the Scotland job at all. We have competitive fixtures in September, so you need to get somebody in that's going to be able to look at the players and decide which kind of players they're going to want to carry over into their setup and which players they are not interested in carrying over with them. I'm not going to lie, Sam, obviously as a Rangers fan your opinion might have differed, but I wanted Ange Postecoglou, when the job became available, to get the job. Obviously, he then went to Al Nassr, which is fair enough. Whoever comes in, I just want them to play a positive brand of football. Which is why I'm not really on board with David Moyes getting the job, because as much as he's been able to get results with teams that are not exactly world beaters, he doesn't play an exciting brand of football. If we weren't going from Steve Clarke to David Moyes, I'd have maybe been a wee bit more on board with Moyes and been able to accept that kind of brand of football if it meant that we got results. But I just want to enjoy watching my national team play football again, even if it yielded some bad results to begin with, where we were getting used to it. So of the candidates left that are available, I would like personally Rafa Benitez. I'm not sure about, because as much as he's got obviously a really great tenure overall in his career, his career towards the last few years has been a little bit disappointing. I know it's kind of like, I don't know if you could say big-headed to be considering turning down Rafa Benitez. Marcus, in my opinion, the reason that he failed at Forest is because he's not the kind of manager that you can bring in during the season with his style of play. You need to give him time to implement his style of play. So you need to give Ange a pre-season. Cian, I would absolutely take Pep Guardiola, but I highly doubt Pep Guardiola would take the Scotland job. I think he'd be more inclined to want the England job, to be honest. And with the negativity surrounding Thomas Tuchel, who knows if that could happen at this point. But I know that probably people that are not Scottish are not going to know who this guy is. But at this point, with the candidates that are available, I would want John McGlynn, who, for those who don't know, is the Falkirk manager. And the reason I would want him is because he's taken a Falkirk side from the Championship, from League One, made them invincible champions in League One, pretty much kept the same squad and then won the Championship with them pretty comfortably, and then brought them up to the Scottish Premiership and severely overperformed with them. So by getting a top 6 finish, and he done all of it playing a good brand of football as well. So if you give him the tools at Scotland, which are obviously Scotland aren't world beaters, but if you give him the tools that Scotland have got, they're better than Falkirk. So I would say that he should be able to get results. And he should be able to play a really nice brand of football with it as well. When was my last time playing career mode? I played career mode a few weeks ago on Ultimate Difficulty with Livingston down in the League One, and I don't know if I'm going to go back to it or not. I'll wait and see. I would not want Sam Allardyce. He's the kind of guy you call in when you're in trouble and you need somebody to keep the thing afloat. Not the kind of guy you bring in when you want to play progressive football. Sammy didn't actually get them into Europe. He almost did. Hibs, Motherwell, Rangers, Hearts and Celtic have got the European places. Falkirk would have got one of them if they had managed to get to the Scottish Cup final and win it, in the same way that Dunfermline would have got one of them if they did. But it was top 5. Now on the 14th season, playing every single game over there, massive. I mean, I think if you can get properly invested into it, then yeah, it's one of those ones that you can sit in for ages. To be honest, when I'm playing career mode, I don't like playing the games. I like to sim them, kind of like Football Manager. But doing career mode on stream, I kind of feel like I have to play the games. So that's why I'm probably dreading going to it, in all honesty. Luis Enrique. I think the biggest name manager, Keane, that we were going to be able to potentially get was Ange Postecoglou, maybe Rafa Benitez, David Moyes. Have a nice challenge for Rafa Benitez. Does I need to change the club every season? It must be. Yeah. That's fair. I usually turn the international management off when I'm playing it. Right. 2 more matches and then that one's done. Do I want a game, Sam? I want to get my 2 games of champs done first, and then if you want, I'll give you a game. But we've got 2 more champs games to play first. In fact, we'll go with the away kit this time. Why not? Why not? Mix it up a wee bit. Right, 3-0, let's see if we can kick on. Another Casillas. I hate playing that guy. He's a nuisance. Last time I probably played with Cincinnati Sports needs a game attack. That's fine. It is, I'm pretty sure. I'll tell you what, I'll pause it and then you can see it. I wouldn't be playing Ultimate Team anymore, if Evos weren't a thing. So you should see my ID there, Sam. SPFL RTGFC. It is. You got the new Vizinha. Well, the only one I'm interested in from the new team is Elijah Just. Well, in terms of using, I would obviously like to pack the Mbappe and the Messi for coins purposes if I could get them tradable. Oh, my dad, yes. That's a wee bit of a fluke, but we'll take it. I keep forgetting to change Fernandez's number back. I got him sent off when I was getting the champs points, and his number changed to 4 instead of 37. Jeez, oh, how did that end up happening? Trying to get it through to him. In my Falkirk mode, that Finlay neat guy bought it, to be honest. See, I did one where... Oh, not good from us. Not good at all. We have gotten away with that big time. And then we just run through treacle. Maybe we haven't gotten away with it. Yeah, we have. I used to do like a career mode where I would only use like Scottish players, like with high potential. See some of these last box. I got that email from the last promo. It was 2 million coins. I sold them. Fair enough, mate. I got Desiree Douay in my champs rewards and sold them for 1.1 mil. But I just use the coins for Evos and stuff, because obviously you don't need to usually buy promo players, although if I don't pack them I'm going to need to buy that just. Bowie and Doak. Yeah, well, I've not really... Sake, stupid. I've not really done it this year, but like in previous years it would be like David Turnbull, Lewis Ferguson, yeah, Ben Gannon Doak would be there as well, Tommy Conway, that sort of thing. I've seen some like big YouTubers and that do some career mode challenges over the years. Like, can we move such and such to the Premier League and rebuild them to what they once were, and win the, and then like they'll re-sign like legends to the club. So if it was Celtic, for example, they'd re-sign Van Dijk. It's a good way to keep yourself entertained, like. Oh, come on, Suman, please do something, man. I swear for the behind the goal angle there, the ball was probably right at him. Well, that was well read from him, fair play. Can't complain much from that one. And then goes Haaland, and we read that run completely, and it still just got through to him anyway. It's like I want to play against him in real life, man. That is a tremendous pass. What a goal that is. He's the Reedus. Brilliant goal. Go on then. Ah, Casillas, just have a day off. Minus 70 speed. I think it is faster on Ultimate Team than it is on career mode, though, isn't it? It's different gameplay. There's the like authentic and like competitive gameplay. Plus, some of my players are like really high rated now as well. So there is that. That was so stupid. I tell you what, see when I was playing Ultimate on the career mode as well, I'm like, the AI is so like perfect in everything that it does at times. You've got to be pitch perfect to beat them. If I had to pick one Scotland legend to come back, it would 1,000,000% be Kenny Dalglish, because we haven't had a striker in how long? I got that, Sam. I'll accept that now, and then once we play this last game, I'll give you a wee game. Right, let's change that number now before I forget. I've played so much game with you. I mean, I wish the AI was readable. For me, I am not playing this guy with that level of ping. Did you see that? I wish the AI was readable to me. I like see when we're playing stuff like pro clubs and that. I much prefer playing against a real person. They're much easier to fool with skill moves and stuff like that. Somebody outside my house has just lit a fire. I can smell the smoke. They like a wee wood burning thing. To be fair, I remember during the lockdowns as well, I would do like challenges on different games. not just FC. Like, see if I could speedrun a game, compare the speedrun times to like professional speedrunners and all that. Go on, Keezy, finish that. Oh, it's wide. I think it depends on who you're playing. Nearly, because a good, like, the worst games to play, in my opinion, are the ones where the guys just don't do their own defending. Like, will run back with a centre mid or a striker and not actually try and come and tackle you. I hate playing those games with a passion, because there's no... I feel like I'm not actually playing a person, and there's no real punishment for it either. Like, the stamina doesn't go down. What console I'm on? At the moment I'm playing on my Series S. I have... it's better set up for my streaming at the moment. I do have a Series X in my man cave / office that I have. But I'm playing on my Series S at the moment. It's slightly better set up for the streaming than the Series X is. Which is, I'm going to sort that out soon, because my Series X is plugged in via Ethernet, so any internet problems would go away in terms of ping, or in theory should go away in terms of ping. Andrew, to answer your question to that, for prize money, probably not. I don't know when I'm next going to do that, because the quizzes, I've been enjoying them, and they've been going pretty well. So, but I still have champs games to play, and I'm definitely going to keep streaming those each weekend. And Sam asked for a game after this, not for anything, just a game. PlayStation is the way forward. Tell that to the number of fans that they've annoyed with some of their announcements recently. I do have a PlayStation 5 as well, which is for my like solo games and stuff, like Spider-Man and God of War and any other, like, anything multi-platform that I'm just going to play the story mode of on there. I'm replaying the GTA 5 story in my spare time on that at the moment, in preparation for GTA 6 coming out. Andrew, I can give you a game if you'd like as well. Go on, finish that. Ah, come on. Xbox closing all the studios in big time. I think it's just gaming as a whole at the moment. With this generation, in all honesty, they didn't release a lot for it. Doesn't it feel strange moving from Pro Codes? Not really, because I'm not... I mean, there is a difference, but because I'm not, like, playing against people on it, I don't think there's not that much of a difference. I much prefer... I don't know about you guys, but I much prefer the feel of the Xbox controller to the PlayStation controller in terms of thumb positioning. It's so, like, I like the features of the Pro controller, like with the, so like when you're talking to somebody on the phone on GTA 5, for example, it comes through the speaker on there. On there, I like the, like, dynamic button pressing at times when stuff's difficult. But the comfort level of an Xbox controller in comparison in your hands is just so much better, I think, in the button positioning. I also played the new James Bond game on PlayStation and Hogwarts Legacy too. To be fair, actually, I think my favourite controller of all time is the wired Xbox 360 controller. The only issue with the Xbox 360 controller was when you were using it wireless, it had the massive battery pack on the back. But a wireless Xbox 360 controller eliminates that problem entirely. It is the best controller. And then the Nintendo GameCube controller I really like as well. I was also a fan of the PlayStation 2 controller back in the day. I don't know about that, Marcus, because Xbox's next console looks to be going into like a partner. It's basically going to be a gaming PC, so you're going to be able to play your Steam games on it. And also the PlayStation 6's price at the moment, from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be no cheaper than $1,000 to buy. So I don't know about that. I think the next generation will struggle if they're going to charge that kind of price for it at the get-go. At least Xbox will have the selling point of you being able to play your Steam games on it. Plus, I think that's been the argument each year. PlayStation tends to outsell Xbox. And it's like, every year it's like, the PlayStation is going to put the final nail in the coffin for Xbox this time around. But it doesn't seem to happen. But I've been Xbox... See, my thing is, right... See, with like stuff like graphics and stuff like that, yes, it's great to see games look great. And I do think that PlayStation has better exclusives. I got my whole reason for getting the PlayStation 4 was so that I could play Spider-Man and God of War on it. But, and I do agree that obviously when games look stunning it is class, but I wouldn't care if a game looked like crap if it played well. It's like these whole... it's like the whole unique animations and stuff like that. That's what actually ruins Ultimate Team. Is the servers can't process all the unique animations, and it makes each game inconsistent in terms of delay and stuff like that. They need to just strip it back to basics. Come on. I mean, to be fair, Sam, you can pay these things up. So, for example, if it was £1,000, you could pay it up over a year, and you'd be paying less than £100 a month. You do not have to fork out the money immediately. But what I will say is, I got the Xbox Series X for release. So my Xbox Series X is still the same. And I also got the PlayStation 5 for release. And for the first wee while with the PlayStation 5, it was playing PlayStation 4 games on it and using it as a streaming device, basically, for Netflix, because there was barely anything to play on it. Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime on it for a wee while. But I was buzzing when Spider-Man 2 came out. Game mode, got PS5 for the... I mean, obviously graphics are important, and video game designers know that. But I think sometimes nowadays the number one thing that companies forget is they need the absolute most important thing about a video game is it needs to play well. It can look beautiful, it can sound beautiful, but if it plays like crap, I'm not interested. I'll get bored. So for example, I've got a USB stick set up on my Xbox as well, so that I can play emulators in development mode, so that I can play like Simpsons Hit and Run and Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that for the GameCube. These games are old and the graphics are not as good, but great fun. As long as the game plays well, I don't care. Like, I remember when these new ports for Call of Duty have come out, I've not played them myself yet. I know there's some problems with them in terms of the versions they've released. There's some like hackers and stuff like that on it already, but I've still gone back and played Black Ops, and they've been like, oh, they've not upscaled it at all. And I'm like, if they make sure they release the game properly with all the correct patches, which they haven't done yet, do not touch the game. It was perfect. Streaming career. Well, I kind of just streamed in my spare time, really. We're not putting Braga left mid. What are we doing? Putting Warner left mid. I mean, that's probably years, to be honest, years of being able to talk to your mates in Xbox parties. Back in the day, Xbox 360, Black Ops, FIFA 12, FIFA 13. Absolute golden years. Didn't know at the time how good we had it. I mean, the run from FIFA 12, 13, 14, 15, and MW2, Black Ops, MW3, Black Ops 2. Wow, what a run. You'll never see the likes again. And then during that run as well, 2013 GTA 5 came out. I mean, how can you even beat a gaming run like that? It's not possible. Oh, nearly. I mean, to be fair, don't get me wrong, even being a wee bit older, the lockdown experience of playing like pro clubs and stuff like that was class. But nothing. Oh, surely I get the win for that, no? Come on now, don't do me like that, EA. We're waiting on you. Yeah, I don't play. Yeah, come on, I win 5-0. That'll do. Yeah, I don't play GTA Online as much as I used to. In fact, it's been a long time since I played it at all. But you know, they kept adding content to it, and obviously, I'm replaying the story mode in my spare time, like I said. So. Oh, that's not great. That's not great at all. So 5-0 heading into tomorrow. You know what that means? Our next 5 games are going to be an absolute sweat fest. Incoming 5-5 after our next 5 games. Right. Sam, are you wanting that game then? Because if not, I'm going to call it quits. It's up to you though. I do like him in real life, in fairness. I'm going to assume that was I and not you talking about Ayr United. Right. Yes, it was. I'll give you a wee invite then. You ever played on stream before, Sam? Andrew, you can play me after, and then that'll be the last one, because I do need to. In fact, I'm going to set my alarm for getting up for work tomorrow right now, before I do anything else. Right, where are you, alarm? There we are. Yeah, we invite again, Sam. I'll back out and do it again. Andrew, what are you on? Are you on Xbox or PlayStation? Jordan got caught out. See you tomorrow, maybe. Right, catch you tomorrow, mate. We'll be doing in the morning, probably around 11 o'clock-ish or something like that. We'll be doing our next 5 champs games, and then after the Celtic game, we'll be doing a quiz. PlayStation. Oh, yeah, we add after this then, Andrew. How we doing? We'll find out. We'll find out. Just so you know, I don't think the stream can actually hear you, because I don't think I've turned that setting on, but I can hear you. For an update for the stream, just in case, I am talking to Sam right now. Yes. Well, they can see the speaking coming up on the screen. I just don't think they can hear you. Oh, it's he's a baller for me. Like, I've been using him for a while. He's my second favourite card in the team. Is he? Well, at this point, nothing you can do about it, is there? Unless he comes back, I suppose. I think he probably, from an outsider's perspective looking in, he probably stayed a wee bit too long though. What was that going to go on? It's a poor pass, Calvin Miller, man. I think he lost his legs, and he was never good at defending anyway. It was never his strong point. So when he lost the ability to get forward, he lost what he brought to the team. So I think at that point it was time to pack it in. They maybe should have explored the option of moving him into midfield if they wanted to keep him at the club. Because every single derby game he got terrorised by the guy I was on the ball with there. He could not handle his speed. Anyone next? But it's BT. It's not for cashing in, and we're just playing for fun. You can have a game after Andrew if you'd like. But if you're no one to play for anything on the line, then I get that too. Great one, Nicky Cadden. I have just come off of Futchamps, so I'm still in Futchamps mode, right? Sound BT, I can give you a game after that. Can you know? It's no everybody's cup of tea, like. Aye. The only ones I missed champs this year was I was on holiday in Florida for 2 weeks in October, so I missed a couple of weeks of champs then. But in the first weekend league, with like just no evos and that, maybe a couple I got with just the Scottish Premiership team, 12-3 or something like that. I think that's when they broke the matchmaking at the start of the year, though. The matchmaking's supposed to get harder as you go along, but it was like pretty easy for most of the weekend. Nah, that's the idea, isn't it? I don't think it'll be as high as 20-0. There's not enough time. We'll see what kind of team Andrew's got next anyway. Oh, it's opened up. Nah, Cometio, too good. That wasn't good though, that's nowhere I've passed it. I've seen that. It's a shame that I'll not be able to use them next year. As a result, I want to be able to use as many as these guys as I can next year. So I'm hoping that Maida moves late in the window and then still has a Celtic card at the beginning of the year. We'll go to the Premier League. Whether it's it looks like Brentford are the front runners for him at the moment, but Fulham were interested in him as well, and so were Nottingham Forest. It was rumoured because he's applied for he's asked the club if he can bring an international midfielder in. I think what it'll come down to with McGregor is the Saudi window closes 2 weeks after the Scottish window does, so it'll come down. He said at the end of last season that he's happy to stay at Celtic as long as the club show ambition and sign players. So if we have signed enough players by the end of the window and he's happy with the squad, then he'll stay. If he's no, he'll go. Unless he gets offered a stupid amount of money, because obviously when Jota went to Saudi he got 192 grand a week and it was tax-free cash, so that's different. Aye. We'll see how the window goes. We tend to leave stuff late at times, so we'll see how the window goes, but I would have liked them to have been in already. Like, I'm no, I was saying earlier to my mate, I'm not particularly impressed with Rangers' business, but at least Rangers are getting stuff done quickly. Well, I find the transfer strategy interesting because the Jamestown Analytics whole thing is to bring in players, keep them for a season or two, sell them for profit, and then bring in better players, and then keep the cycle going. They've been doing that at Brighton for years. They've been doing it at USG. They've started doing it at Hearts and Como. So the 12 or so players that Hearts have brought in, I have no doubt. I mean, when Tony Bloom came in last season, he said it was a 10-year plan to try and win the league, and he nearly done it in his first season. So I have no doubt that Hearts will still be up there towards the end of the season this time around, and I think they can as well. By all accounts, they played well against Real Vallecano tonight. I know it's only a friendly, but by all accounts they played well against Real Vallecano tonight, and their new striker scored 2 goals. That's replaced Shankland. So I think they can get a result against Sturm Graz in the first Champions League qualifier they've got, because when Celtic played Sturm Graz last season in the Champions League, in the Europa League, we only beat them 2-1, but the XG in the game, we had like 30 shots on goal. We should have battered them. So we destroyed them in the game, and Hearts gave us much harder games last season. So I would back Hearts to get a result against Sturm Graz. . You don't need well, nobody had heard of Kiziridis or Braga before last season either, and then sought after players. It's the analytics have got proven track record of signing good players. Is the thing. So I will not be surprised at all to see a lot. Not all of them are going to be brilliant, because you can't possibly have that. But what I don't understand about the Rangers transfer business personally, obviously, coming from a Celtic fan, you're going to downplay as much of the business as possible. But I don't think Cammy Devlin is all that special. I think he's a good tackler, but I don't think he's not like much of an improvement on Connor Barron, for example. Shankland, when Danny Rowe brought him in, I thought it was a terrible signing, because I didn't think he was going to fit Danny Rowe's system at all. He'll do a little bit better in a Derek McInnes system, but he's getting older now, so free transfer, decent because of that. If they had to pay money, I don't think it would have been ideal. Ross McCrory wasn't good enough 10 years ago, so I don't know why he's suddenly good enough now. So I don't rate the McCrory one though. But by all accounts, the goalkeeper's a good shot stopper, but he's not very good with his feet. And to play at Celtic or Rangers, you're going to have a few touches of the ball with your feet. So that'll be interesting to see how that gets on. Who else has there been? Dan Neil. I mean, Rangers have had a bad track record in the past few seasons of bringing in people from the English Championship, and then they come in and you expect them to come in and like, oh well, Joe Rothwell's going to play with slippers on, that sort of thing, and then doesn't work out. So I mean, he could do decent. Who knows? But I'm not impressed with the business. But I am jealous of the fact that they're actually signing players. I do agree with you. Somebody just said that in the comments. We know what Shankland can do with decent service. I think he'll work better in a McInnes system, like I was saying. The Danny Rowe one with the hoofball in behind, I didn't think he was going to work at all in that system, because Shankland is a slow striker. Like, he's not fast at all, which was my concern for the Scotland games, because if we weren't going to get him service, I would much rather have a bit of pace on the park. As much as he's obviously the best finisher that Scotland have got, I would much rather have a bit of pace on the park than that's going to cause defences issues that way. Because unfortunately for Shankland, we don't have, when McGinn and McTominay aren't on it, we don't have somebody that's going to find a pass for him. So he's just a bit of a passenger in the games when that's the case. Kieran Bowie's got a bit about him in terms of pace. Tommy Conway as well, and Shea Adams is quick. But the problem with Shea Adams is, of the strikers, he's probably the worst finisher of all of them. I personally, and I said in on my YouTube channel, I said in all of my Scotland videos, that if we're going to play hoofball up the park, because we did it with Adams and Shankland on anyway, Lyndon Dykes is there to win headers, and he can get flick-ons to whoever's out wide, like your Ben Gannon-Dokes, Finlay Curtis, John McGinn, Ryan Christie, whoever's going to play out wide in that area. I've seen that Robbie Ewer's doing really well, actually. I think we should, whoever the new Scotland manager is, I would like to see them give a bit of youth a chance to shine, especially in the friendly games. Like, I don't understand why not the friendlies before the World Cup, because obviously that was the World Cup squad, but the friendlies that we played in March against Japan and the Ivory Coast, why the likes of Scott McTominay and John McGinn and all that were called up for those friendlies, I don't know. He should have used those friendlies as an opportunity to give youngsters a chance to stake their claim for the squad for a start. So your Lennon Millers, your Connor Barons, your Finlay Curtises, Kieran Bowie, Robbie Ure. I mean, the goalkeeping situation, if Angus Gunn gets an injury, because Craig Gordon's retired now, if Angus Gunn gets an injury, we've got Liam Kelly, who doesn't play, to call upon. We've got, I mean, who else is it? Xander Clark, Scott Bain, like. So the goalkeeping situation is not very promising, to be honest. Well, GG Sam. I'm gonna see if Andrew's still here and wanting a game just now. GG's, mate. Right, Andrew, are you still here? Fraser, I'll definitely be willing to play you another time, but I do need to go to bed, and I said I would give Andrew a game, and then BT a game. Depending on the time, if I might give you a game, but I do need to get to bed. Andrew, what is your either what's your name, or you can add me from there, because my SPFL RTGFC is the EA ID there. You didn't need to win a game of FIFA to have enjoyment, do you? As long as it's no too horrible an experience to play. Team's very outdated. Well, I keep my team well up to date, so I'm assuming that's you, Andrew, Unreal-77. If you want to confirm that and know that somebody else has just added me from the chat. Perfect, I'll give you a wee invite then. It's doing that thing, isn't it, where I'm going to have to back out and go back into it. Honestly. You'd think this has been a glitch from EA for years, by the way. You would imagine that this would be fixed by now. I'm talking like this has been a thing since like FIFA 17. Watson should get called up to the senior squad. I don't mind the shout. I think you need to use friendlies and stuff to give the youngsters a chance, because otherwise how are they supposed to break in? I think Andy Robertson is finished at national level. I think that was proven by the fact that when in the Brazil game he was awful, and then Kieran Tierney comes on and was just so much better than him. So I think Andy Robertson is done. His legs are gone. Kenny McLean, Grant Hanley, these type of players should not be getting called up anymore. It should be time for newer guys. You know, Luke Graham should be involved in the setup. He's our most promising centre-back by a mile. So Luke Graham should be involved in the setup for sure. Unfortunately, Craig Halkett got injured towards the end of the season, but I was saying that as long as him and Finlay were fit, they should have been our centre-half starting duo, because they were at the heart of a Hearts title challenge all season. They were playing together at club football. They knew how each other played, so as long as that was the case, they should have both gone. I still think Stuart Finlay should have gone, though, because he was still part of that Hearts defence. A random Stevie May up top with this. Okay then. Shea Adams or Shankland? For pace, obviously Adams. For everything else, Shankland. But Shankland's pace is so poor that sometimes it's enough to pick Adams over him. Especially since like the smaller nations where you know Adams is going to get a few chances because of his pace. It's a delicate balance, because if you can't give Shankland the service, then he's just a liability. He's just so slow. He's like having a man down. But if you can give him the service, I think it's obviously nowhere near the same, because they're nowhere near the same level of quality. But it's kind of like with Erling Haaland, but at least Erling Haaland has pace. You give Erling Haaland service, then he'll do the job for you. But at least Erling Haaland has pace, and he'll get involved in the press and stuff like that. Shankland doesn't have the pace to be able to do that, unfortunately. You know, and you don't have to be a fast football player to be effective, but you do need the service when you're not quick. Like Chris Boyd, for example, not very fast, but you give him the service and he would put the ball in the back of the net. What a lovely finish that is, might as well easy. I mean, sometimes you can go off FIFA's predictions for it. I do like sometimes going on TikTok and scrolling through videos of people going like, by the way, here were the top 10 best under 21 talents in FIFA 13. Did they go on to achieve their career? Stuff like that. What was my first FIFA? I was a PES guy right up until FIFA 9. FIFA 9 was my first FIFA. And then I still bought PES for the first couple years of FIFA, right up until PES 2011, and then after that it was exclusively FIFA. Don't get me wrong, I've downloaded PES since then, especially when it turned into eFootball. I just don't think it's, you know, as much as people complain about FIFA, you actually get people reviewing PES and eFootball and going, the gameplay's better. It's just false. It's not. Unfortunately, as much as we complain about EA and the gameplay, it's the best footballing game product out there. And it knows that it's the best, so it knows that it doesn't have to be too terrific to compete with the competition. Which is a shame. If it had something out there that was pressing it, it would have no choice but to improve. But given the fact that it's not got any competition, it doesn't need to. Like, people, what was the new one that came out that people were raving about for 5 minutes, and now I've not heard anything about it since? Goals or something like that? I think that was the name of it, that people were raving about it for like a month maximum, and now I don't hear anybody talking about it at all. But people are obviously desperate for a rival to FIFA or FC, because they just don't have the as much as the player base is decreasing year upon year, they're making more money than ever through people buying packs and stuff, which is what people sometimes don't understand. It's like, sometimes TV viewership is not as big as it used to be, but because of ads and stuff like that, they make more money than ever. I'm gonna go, mate. Tune into your Champs request tomorrow. I'll see you then, mate. Goals has some of the worst gameplay ever, Logan says. I've not played it myself, but everybody was raving about it, going, oh, it's got such great potential, by the way. And then it just jumped off the face of the earth after that. Yeah, it's football trivia tomorrow, mate. I'm not going to do the movie trivia until Monday, and even when I do the movie trivia, I'm going to do movie trivia and football trivia on the same day, because the football trivia at the end of the day is where people started coming from the most, so I'm going to keep that up no matter what. Was that the 2K thing? I mean, FIFA were talking about potentially going with 2K, but then people that have experienced like NBA 2K and stuff like that are being like, this is not a good thing. They're worse. 2K are worse than EA. Hate not being able to play with real players. That was the problem with PES back in the day. You would have like fake players and stuff like that. I remember for a while the only incentive to play PES was the fact that they got Celtic Park and Ibrox set quicker than FIFA did, but then as soon as FIFA did that, there was then no reason to play PES again. But I think PES was just as, like, during the period of like 2008, 9 and stuff like that, I think PES was just as good, if not better, than FIFA. And then FIFA just completely took over. Can you put the pick on your story so I can research? What for the... What pick we're talking about? The movies one. Tell you what, I'll tell you the categories. So, blue is going to be sci-fi. Blue is going to be sci-fi. Pink was going to be superhero movies. Yellow was going to be fantasy movies, so like your Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and stuff like that. Purple is horror movies. Green is Christmas movies. And orange was animated movies. Is going to be the categories for the movies one. So your stuff like Star Wars and that would, yeah, at least Stevie May scored. Your stuff like Star Wars and that would fall under the sci-fi category. And it will still be the same format as the actual football quiz, where it will be two easy ones to start off with, then a couple mediums, then a couple hards, and then if you get the 6 pieces of the pie, you will get to cash out or challenge. Right, one. Upamecano. The only one I'm getting is Christmas and Sci-Fi. I don't watch any of those. I mean, sometimes, like, I tested the quiz out earlier on my mates. And for example, an easy example of the sci-fi question was, what does what the Jedi use as a weapon? So obviously it's a lightsaber. Like, I think lightsabers are kind of common knowledge for people, even if they don't watch Star Wars. So hopefully, like, it's just the same strategic wise as the actual quiz, isn't it? The football quiz is only good 2019 plus. I try not to, if that's the case, I try not to give you questions that are too out of your comfort zone, to be honest with you, mate. I try and give you until towards the end. The hard questions are the hard questions. You get what you get at that point. But at least early on, I try and help you get a little bit further in the quiz. Yeah, and what? Schumann wants it. He doesn't want it. You know, I've tapped that. That is unbelievable. Just keep trying, 'cause Andrew's just sliding in. You got to respect it. Look at him driving forward with Martinez there. Oh! Yes, it's a Scottish Premiership RTG. I do have one player from a different team in each position. So 11 different clubs being represented in the starting 11. We need to add the rest of the SPL stadium. What I don't understand is why they just don't have, like, go the Football Manager approach and just have everything from everything they have the rights to. They have the rights to the Scottish Premiership, so just use it. Do you know what I mean? And the same way when Team of the Season comes out, why they don't... They love selling packs, so why they don't... why they don't have a Team of the Season for every league that they have the rights to, I haven't got a clue. Like, you know, instead of just giving Scotland 3 Team of the Season players every year, just give us a full Team of the Season. Why not? Especially this season, where in previous seasons it would have just been full of Celtic and Rangers players. But especially this season, you would have had a bunch of Motherwell players, some Hearts players, Rangers players, Celtic players, potential Hibs players in there, Falkirk players. There would have been loads of ones to pick from the way... which Rangers players in my team? Manny Fernandez is my Rangers player in the team. I decided to go for him and Cometio at the back because they're the 2 tallest centre-halves in the league. But I do have... I'll tell you what, I'll show you after this. I'm probably... I can play down the line, Logan, but I am up early in the morning, so I think I'm going to call it quits after this game. But I'll show off all the teams in the league before I go to bed. Yeah, as much as Manny Fernandez got a Team of the Season, I'd already been evoing him anyway, and my evo was better because I think they gave him really pretty crap playstyles. Same with the Craig Halkett. So my Manny Fernandez is a better option, and I've just continued to evo him since. You do love a tackle, Andrew. Yeah, free kick referee. I'll show off the fodder in the club as well after it. Heroi again. You're loving these tackles, Andrew. What rank do I usually get? Last weekend was pretty bad from our standards. We got 9 wins. First time we haven't had 10 wins or higher for a fair bit of time. It's luck of the draw, isn't it, what you get? There's a couple of wins that are like... You get beat sometimes and you're like, fair enough. Well, last weekend in particular, there was like 4 or 5 losses that we had where we had the better XG. It was just shocking. We did not take our chances. It just wasn't good at all. I think got to get stuck in. How many reds before the game gets abandoned though? That's the question. Just got to let them know they're in a game. Usually get 10 to 12 last week. Maybe was going at 6 and 2 and gave away the rest. I mean, I don't know if it's just because it helps when you're getting older, but I don't tend to let the head go. I think nowadays anyway. I think it also helps when you're using like a full Evo team, to be fair, because you know that you're already at a disadvantage because you aren't using the meta players. So you don't mind if you were to get beat as much. Whereas, you know, if you're spending X amount of money on the game, try to get a super team and then you get beat anyway, then that's a wee bit worse. 13-2. I'm playing Andrew. He has, in fairness, Marcus, he has had 3 red cards. So there is that to take into account. It's not always about the team, though. You can, the better player can still win, but if you do have a team full of icons, for example, you're going to have a better chance of winning than playing a guy that's got a team full 88 rated, for example. So, it's not... it is a factor. If you have a better team, then you're going to have a better chance of winning versus having a team that isn't as good. At least Stevie May scored. Yeah, that's your consolation. Right, so let's go to... because I've got an individual squad for each club. So we'll start with a wee tour. Here's how the Aberdeen squad is looking at the moment. As you can see, we only need another centre-half, centre-mid and striker Evo, and then we've kind of got a full Evo Aberdeen team, if you like, there, even though we're not an Aberdeen fan. Then here's how the Celtic side is looking. Haven't touched that Kasper Schmeichel in quite some time. But that's how the Celtic side would look if we went to go into a game with them. Then we do have the Dundee team. Don't worry, we'll get to Livy, Andrew. The Dundee team, as you can see, that one needs a wee bit more work in comparison to others, but still fairly high-rated players in there as well. Andrew, I don't know if I want to disappoint you already, but Dundee United, Sapsford has been big for us throughout the year. Look at those stats. What a player. We eviled him quite early on. Baller, so he is. And I do like this Kamara a lot as well. Where are we next? Falkirk. That Barney Stewart only recently left our team. What a baller he was. But he's only recently left the team. We used Arfield for a fair bit of time as well throughout the year. We've only just finished doing him in a training camp. He still needs a bit of defending as well. Big Brad Spencer. Hearts. Given the fact of the year that Hearts have had, it could actually be a wee bit better, in fairness. That Shanklin was obviously the showdown that came out when him and Kieran Tierney got one for the final game of the season. He didn't get upgraded, so I decided to evo him myself. Yeah, it's always better when you're doing an RTG, to be fair, Logan. The Hibs team, that is fully completed. In fairness, we do have a full Evo Hibs team. Martin Boyle, every year, is a big player for us. That Cleary got evoed. And then that Owen Elding is relatively recent as well. Kilmarnock. That Dackers is lethal up top, by the way. We've got the playstyles on Curtis. He just needs a bit of an upgrade. And then obviously we've got our big man that's in the main team, Jamie Brandon. Yes, 95 pace on that Shanklin, so pretty much the opposite of what he's like in real life. Livingston. Fair enough, Logan. Saints are in the game next year for you, so you'll be able to do that. He is really good in game, by the way, Bokila. Just haven't found a way to get him into the main team, mostly. And then he was one of our first Evos throughout the year, Ryan McGowan. I know, Andrew, no Stevie May. He is on the bench, though. I just haven't touched him Evo-wise yet. What's next for it? Where are we now? It is Motherwell. Yeah, she's doing not too bad, thanks for asking. So that's how the Motherwell team is looking. Obviously, we've got the big man, Tawanda Mazwinizi. But the Motherwell team could still do a wee bit of work. Chelsea, North Island and Jers won next year. Fair enough, mate. Sounds good. Rangers. That's how the Rangers team's looking. So that's the Manny Fernandez that I've used throughout the majority of the year. So he's got some pretty good stats to him as well. This Chermiti is really good in game as well, actually, in fairness. But other than that, the Liam Kelly is disappointing, I have to say. The Liam Kelly is disappointing. And then St Mirren. That's how the St Mirren team's looking. Charbell's in the chat as well. How are we doing, Charbell? And then we've got the Gauntlet teams as well. So Gauntlet Team 1 is basically just our main team. Gauntlet Team 2 is that, using some different players. Because obviously, for those who don't know, in Gauntlet, you have to use a different team every time. Gauntlet Team 3. How are we doing, Charbell? GTA will be boring, no online till next year. See, the thing is, right, I wasn't going to touch the online until I'd finished the story mode anyway. Like, no matter whether they released it on time with everything else or not, I wasn't going anywhere near online until I'd finished the story. And then that's Gauntlet 4, and then we'll go to the Bronze team, and then we'll have a look at the fodder that's in the club at the moment. Here's the Bronze team. There we go. So that's obviously, most of it's in the... We've obviously done that Maradona on stream as well. Mostly for the Evos, more so than the... I agree, Charbel. I'm looking forward to the story mode. We've finished that Engamoa. We'll be doing the... all of those objectives, to be fair. Most of these are untradeable, because when we get the tradable ones, they just get sold straight away. And then obviously you've got the Scottish Premiership ones too. We didn't get as lucky with our red picks as we could have hoped when those were out. The shoe shop. Marcus, I'm taking time off work. I'm taking time off work when GTA 6 comes out, so that I can play the story mode. That's one of the benefits of being your own boss. How far down do we go in the fodder, basically? Thing is, with the SBCs and stuff like that, unless they release a Scottish Premiership one, I'm not interested in it, in fairness. Speaking of Scottish Premiership, we need to go and buy the man just now. How much is he? 16k or something. Anyone look for that low? Nope. 13, 12, 250. There we are. That's him in the squad now. What positions can he play? Left mid and cam. Whipped pass plus is a wee bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. That's why the other one is probably better, but we've still needing to get him in the club regardless. That was me playing it 24 hours for 2 weeks. I don't think I'm going to be able to play it for that long, to be honest, mate. I think I'll probably struggle in that regard. I mean, I don't think it would be too late. It depends on how many Evos and stuff you've got waiting at the moment. Obviously, I'm doing Charles Cook, Carlson, and Ayunga at the moment. But... and then these ones, I don't really know who to give these ones to be honest. Is there anything in cosmetics that's new? Phenoms, we already did that. How about the rest of you? Not yet. I do have the squad ready. I've done the first part of them. Because I've scored 2, so I've done that anyway with 5-star skills. I do have the squad. I'm probably going to do them off camera, to be honest with you. I do have the squad ready to go for the event there. Just sitting with some Brazilian players and stuff that I had in the club and Premier League ones as well, ready to go for the event. And then any Evos that I've got to do, I'll just chuck them on from the bench. But because he's not a Scottish Premiership player, I'm not prioritising it at the moment. And I don't recall any like major Evos in the... Yeah, there's no Evos, so it's the footage tokens I'm interested in because then I can use them to buy Evos from the store. But other than that, I'm not particularly interested in the card itself. It'll just end up getting put in an SBC at some point. But anyway, I am working in the morning, so I'm going to call it quits there. I will play some people that want games down the line as well. Obviously, the quizzes are going to... Yeah, I put the Evo on Ayunga for it. So I am going to do, obviously, the next 5 games of Champs tomorrow. We did manage to go 5-0 on the stream. If you want to re-watch the stream in any capacity, check out the YouTube channel because it was streamed there as well, and they are all ready to watch back if you would like to see any of the footage, or even the people that I played if you want to go back and see yourself there, despite the fact that the 2 games were pretty one-sided. If that tickles your fancy, you can go and watch that. After the 5 games of Futchamps early in the morning tomorrow, I'll be watching the Celtic game at 3 o'clock, and then I'll be live tomorrow night for the quizzes that we've been doing, specifically football Trivial Pursuit. So if you'd like to get involved with that, then you absolutely can. Cheers, Marcus, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for everybody that took the time to tune in and just have a chat tonight while we did this bit of company while we're doing the Futchamps. Is always nice. And I'll catch you tomorrow.